Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. Well, as you can see, today we're doing something a little different. If you will, please like, hype, and subscribe to my channel to help it grow. I'd really appreciate it. One of my most asked questions is, how do I display dishes in my china cabinets? Do I have a technique or a process that I use? And the answer is yes. I'll show you how I display in my cabinets as well as my clients' cabinets. I'm also going to give you some technical tips for plate rails and grooves, and we'll talk about how plate stands fall into the mix. Stay till the end and I'll also show you what's behind the solid doors of this cabinet. So let's look around the china cabinet. Okay, before we begin, I'll just show you a few of my things here on the table. I have pulled these out of my china cabinet. You guys have saw my Old Country Roses many times on my channel. I have a service for about 24, and I don't have them all displayed in the china cabinet here at the back. Part of them are underneath the bottom, but that was more or less by accident. I first bought a service for 12 and from a department store, and then later on I was in an antique shop and they had a service for 12 for $100. So I gathered them up so fast I nearly hurt myself. I have, I think, 2 teapots. I have, no, I take that back, I think I have 3 teapots. I have a coffee pot, I have a couple sugar and creamers. The second set also came with a few Christmas pieces, and so I have a lot. I can set my table that seats 6 and not have to empty out the china cabinet in the back. But you guys know I love colored glasses. I have these here that I picked up 30 years ago at TJ Maxx. I also have hortensia there in the back. I'm sorry, these are hortensia here in the back. I've got some vintage barware. These are some little cute cupcake stands with little gold trim that I got from Victorian Papers. And here is a new set of lovely little crystal glasses that a sweet friend, Wendy, sent me all the way from California. She wanted to share her lovely collection with me, and she sent me those. So I'll be using those soon on a tabletop, and I'll tell you more about them. Thank you, Wendy. But let's get into it, and I'll reset the camera and show you more. The first thing I want to talk about are plate grooves. Here, if you can see it in my cabinet, I am fortunate that I actually have 2. There's one here at the back, and then there's a second one right here in the front. That's a little unusual. Most china cabinets have one, and sometimes if you have glass shelves, it'll have a shallow groove. But in my kitchen, breakfast room, and dining room, I have 4 china cabinets and 2 buffets. Some of the china cabinets that I use now were previously bookcases. Well, bookcases are not as deep as china cabinets, and they don't have plate grooves. And so one thing you can do, you can buy molding. You can get it at Lowe's, and it's called screen molding. It's about 1/2 inch wide and about 1/4 inch tall, and you can actually cut it and place it along the back about 2 inches out from the back, and you can wood glue it on. Of course, if you've got a wood cabinet like I do, you're going to have to stain those strips, or you're going to have to paint the little strip, and that can be a lot of trouble. You don't have to really worry about what it looks like, because you're not really going to see it once it's fully loaded. However, let me show you a little trick that I have learned from my clients. Of all things, I'm using Velcro. Let me get it and I'll show you how to do it. This is an idea I came up with working with clients' china cabinets and bookcases that did not have a plate groove. This is Velcro. It has a soft fuzzy side and then the prickly side, and it is adhesive, so it sticks. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree has it, anywhere you get sewing notions they have this. I use the black more than any other color because with dark cabinets it doesn't show. It does come in white. Unless you have a whitewashed or painted cabinet, I don't know if you'd want the white, but I'm going to use it today because it shows up. But you can actually make a plate rail with this, and once the cabinet is loaded, you won't see it. And all you need is about 1/4 inch in height. So let me show you what you can do. This comes in long strips, about 3 feet long, and you're going to need extra of it because you're going to waste part of it. Here's what we do. You can see here it has 2 different sides, and I'm going to pull it apart here. There's the prickly side, and then your little fuzzy side there, and then here's the adhesive that pulls off. And of course you would just pull that off and stick it down, but for right now I'm not going to pull the back one off. And of course here's the top. Well, that in itself is not tall enough, and so we want to make it a little taller, so we're going to finish by pulling the back side off of the other, and then we put this on, and then that way you don't have that exposed. You don't want to have that exposed side. That's going to give you about 1/4 inch of thickness, and you just stick that down on your cabinet, and that will be enough ledge that your plates will set against it. Now if you want to use, usually I go all the way across, so say this is about 2 inches from the back, I would cut a strip and go all the way across, and once the dishes are in, you're not going to see it. But if you don't want to do that, you could cut strips, you know, 2 inches, 3 inches, and place them where your plates are going to go. But believe it or not, that will make a neat little plate ledge for your plates to set against, and it won't come loose. Okay, we're ready to start. I tend to think of my china cabinets like flower beds. You start with the tall things at the back, and then you go shorter, and the short things at front. Now right now, stacking is very popular. A lot of people, when I go to their homes, they will just have, you know, stacks of plates in their china cabinet. I tend not to do that. I especially like for all my formal cabinets, china cabinets, to be loaded in a pretty decorative way, so I tend not to stack. But we're going to start, like I said, with the tallest things at the back. Oh, another tip too, if you're loading your cabinet, if you're having someone load your cabinet, or maybe you're really just pleased with the way it turned out, make pictures of your cabinet when you're finished with it, or before you unload it. Be sure and take your cell phone and make pictures, and that way you'll have it. It'll make it a little easier to load it back. I don't personally do this, but I tell my clients to do it. And also, when you're cleaning, do one shelf at a time. Never unload the whole china cabinet at once. Start at the top and work your way to the bottom. That's how I clean mine. It just makes things a little bit more orderly. But we'll start here with the china, and like I said, I have 2 plate rails, which is, or plate grooves, which is a little unusual, but I'm going to start by putting the plates in. Of course, I'm particular. I like them all turned the same way. See how I have the large group of roses at the top? My cabinet holds 4 plates. You may have a cabinet that holds 6 or more, depending on the width of your cabinet. But I have to overlap mine just a little bit to get 4 in. Okay, and there we have it. And then now we'll do the salad plates. Now I'm going to put my salad plate in that second railing, or that second groove is where I'm going to put it. Now if you just have one railing, you'll have to do this slightly different. The back plate will actually not be in the groove. The other plates will be holding them. But I'll get to that. Now on the last, I have the bread and butter plates, and I'm just actually going to lift this plate up and put the bread and butter plate in front of it and slide it back. So the bread and butter plate is holding the plate behind it, the salad plate behind it, just like that. Because this is a large set, I have all the pieces, but let's say maybe you don't have a full set. You don't necessarily have to do everything the same. This is a set of pretty plates that I have, and they coordinate, and you can use those if you want. Or if you don't have, maybe you have a different salad plate, you can mix and match if you like. But since I have enough, you know, I'm going to stay with my set here. Sorry about all the banging. Alrighty. Now we've got the plates all displayed at the back. Okay, we're going to start putting the glasses in. I put some here at each end, and I'm going to use one of these fold-out stands. I don't normally use these because they take up too much space in a china cabinet, so I seldom use them. But in this instance, I'll have a serving piece. This is a Christmas serving piece, and I want to put it here in front of the other pieces. So I'm using that so I can layer that in. And we're going to keep on putting the ruby red glasses in. Here I've got more. We're going to put these in on each side, and I like symmetry, so I try to line them up in a way that they're evenly divided on each side. And on these, I'm actually going to pull this back one forward, just sort of make a little bit of a triangle pyramid here in the middle. Okay, now that we've got those in, we have the tall plates at the back. We've come down to these glasses here. You know, always think about your gaps, how you want to fill in your gaps. And what I'm going to do now is put in another set of glasses. And this, I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3 pattern here. Tell you what, I think I will take those on back. And so I'm going to put a set of 3 glasses here in this little triangular gap. Just like that. And I like my cabinets maxed out. They have to be because I have so many dishes. So we're just going to push this one back just a little bit. So we've more or less made a line across the back. And then I'm going to put this one in. And I've got 2 more that are going to fill in this gap at the front. And as you can see, it is totally maxed out. There's not one bit of space left. Sometimes just an 1/8 of an inch can be the difference of something fitting in one of my cabinets or not. So sometimes you have to slide everything over. And you'd be surprised if you slide everything over 1/8 or 1/4 an inch. Before you know it, you can get something else in. And so that's got this particular area loaded. Now let me show you, I don't need this spot here necessarily. I keep my table set in the living room with my Old Country Roast tea set. And however, I have extra teapot. So you can do this sort of thing. I just kept the bottom two of my place serving, and I'm gonna, whoops, let me move this glass. Now, I'm going to add in my teapot. I probably should have did this first, but I wanted to, let me switch it around. I wanted to show you both ways that you can do it. So if you've got a serving piece like a tureen or a teapot coffee pot, you can just make a slight alteration and be able to fit it in. I also have the salt and pepper shakers, and so we're going to put these gold ones in right there, and there's another little gap. You have to look for those little gaps. So here's a little gap. We're going to put that salt shaker in, put our glass back, and we've made use of that little gap. And so that's how you maximize the space in your china cabinet. Now here on the lower shelf, I've done kind of the same process in the back. I've got the dinner plates, I have the salad plates, and then here I've put the set of fruit plates that I have. I've put some of those here at the very front. Now I've got my row of glasses at the back. I've got my side plates in. I decided not to do the place settings here because I have so many teacup and saucers, and I have the custard bowls. So what I've done is rotated them. I've got a custard bowl, a teacup, a custard bowl, and I've rotated them across the front and back. Well, I'm always looking for a gap as a maximalist. You can use those gaps. See these little triangular gaps here along here? Those are all useful. Now this is kind of strange, but I have these really sweet little cupcake stands. And so what I'm going to do is put a cupcake stand in each one of these little gaps. Now, if you don't have cupcake stands, this is may be irrelevant to you, but because I have them, you know, I want to use them. And so I'm just filling in these little gaps with my cupcake stands. And in a second, I'll show you why. Okay, there's one row, and I have 12 of these. I've got enough to put a second row here in the front. Of course, now I've tested this. I know the cabinet doors will close, but you might want to do a little test. So see, I'm sliding in those other cupcake stands. Of course, depending on the fullness, you can stop at any point that you want to. Okay, now that I've got the cupcake stands in, I have this pretty set of Libby, they are barware. I think they remind me of stained glass windows. I got these in a estate sale. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a glass on each one of these little cupcake stands. If I did not have the cupcake stands here, this would not be possible. So this is a little trick that I developed to really load this cabinet to the max. All right, and there we go. Here I've got my ice bucket. I've placed it in the middle, there again in a little gap. And if you wanted to set this up just like the shelf above it, you could do your 3 place settings and do the same technique. But I wanted to get in all these cups so I didn't have to store them. Now here on this shelf, I did another technique. I basically did the same plate row at the back with the dinner plates, the salad plates, and the bread and butter plates. I have a tall row of my hortensia glasses across the back. I've got my side plates. Instead of doing place settings here, I've grouped 3 teacups. So I have like a triangle, 3 teacups here, another triangle on this side, 3 teacups. And then that leaves a gap in the center. And then in the center, I put my tidbit tray with my salt and peppers that match the set. In the back, I've got a wine cooler. And then here, I've got a couple different oval platters and my gravy boat along with its platter. Now on this shelf, I'm going to add in another set of the hortensia glasses because I have so many. So, and these are pretty with my lighting in the cabinet, they catch the light. I'm going to start by putting one at each end, like this. Okay, and then now we have some more gaps that we're going to fill in. Where our cups, we have 1, 2, 3, there's a gap in the middle. We're going to fill those gaps. I'm going to remove this cup. We're going to put that stem there to fill that gap in between the 3 cups. Alright, now that gives a midsection of glasses. And now that we've got those in, we're going to finish filling in our gaps here at the front. Let's see, I need to rotate these colors. Okay, there's a gap right there. And we've got a gap right here. And there's a gap here in the center. Move this just a little. There we go. All right. And for this, I've kind of broken my rule. We're bringing the tall glasses forward as well. So we've got them at the back, and then there's 2 in the middle, and then we've got another row at the front. And basically all I did was fill in those tiny little gaps. A lot of people overlook those little gaps. I always tell clients I can find spaces that they didn't know they had. Okay, and to review, we've got the bottom shelf in, then I have the middle shelf, and here's the 3rd shelf up, and at the top shelf I've did the same thing. I have my plates across the back, then I have a row of the ruby red glasses. I don't know if you can see them, and I've placed cups in a triangle of 3, 2 at the back, 1 at the front, and then I came back with these pretty gold glasses and I filled in those spaces. And there you have it. I have a fully loaded china cabinet. Let me close the doors. Now I've got the doors closed. This cabinet came with the built-in lighting, so it lights up well. It has a gold background that was there when I bought it, and I'll tell you a little bit about this cabinet. It is a custom cabinet. I bought it from an antique shop. They also have an auction house, and I liked it. It has sort of neoclassical elements to it. There are little column finials in the bronze, and there are these pretty harps on the doors, and like I said, it has a pretty bonnet at the top. You can see there I've got my ice buckets on the top with Mestre pheasant and my bronze perns that I keep up there. And like I said, this is custom. What I liked about this is usually most china cabinets, they're going to be glass doors all the way across. It's a little bit unusual to see 2 solid doors. And I like that because I knew I had a lot of dishes and I needed places to store them. So let me open up the doors and I'll show you the mess that's behind them. You guys are always wanting to know where I store dishes. Here in my china cabinet, I'll show you what I've got. Most of my seasonal dishes are in the basement. However, I do have a few upstairs. I tend to keep all my basics upstairs. But up here at the top shelf, I've got my 12 Days of Christmas dishes, along with gold tea set that goes with it. Here I've got a shelf of pictures. I know this looks disorderly, but I know where everything is, and I have a system. But these are, oh goodness, just part of my picture collection. I have so many. There are some in a buffet too. And then here I've got some Pioneer Woman dishes. Those there in the back corner, they are entirely fruit dishes. There are about 3 sets of vintage fruit dishes, and this stand, it also goes with them. I've got my ruby pitcher, and then down here at the bottom I've got some pink plates, red plates. There on the very bottom are my Christopher Racco Christmas tree dishes. And then I've got my pheasant dishes back in the other corner, and there's some dinner bells and salt shakers sprinkled in. Now I do have felt rounds between all of my plates to keep them from scratching, because when you have this tall of stacks, you will definitely scratch them up if you don't. Here I've got all of my Hortensia glasses. I don't normally keep boxes, but for some reason I have kept the boxes to those all these years. I've got glasses. My my cobalt glasses are in this area. I've got rose frosted glasses. I've got several sets of plates. My red with gold trim, black with gold trim, and my nutcracker plates are all there. And let's see, here in the center, show you, I've got, let's see, His Majesty dishes are all here, along with other fall things that go with them. I've got cupcake stands, salt pepper shakers, that sort of thing. And then on the other side, we switch over to some Christmas things. Let's see, I've got, there's about 3 or 4 sets of Christmas dishes there. There's some Christmas chargers. I've got my red cupcake stands. I've got some other red plates. I've got some gold plates. And then I also have gold chargers that are way back in the back. Those are my snowflake glasses. And I've got teapot napkin rings. Those are Christmas too. And so some of these were earlier things that I first started collecting, and that's why they landed in this cabinet. And then I have these drawers here that I pull out. And I got my cases. My gold flatware is in this case. And then as you can see, I've got some napkin rings here on the sides. And then we'll pull the other one out. Here I've got my wood-handled flatware that I use with my turkey dishes, and I use it a lot during the fall. And I've got my napkin rings. These are my gold napkin rings, and I believe in the cases too, I have my knife rest stored there. And here in this box, I've got some little salt cellars, but that's really handy for my flatware. And then here on this side of the cabinet, let's see, what have we got up here at the top? I've got my amber with the gold rims. I use those a lot in the fall. I also use those little turned wooden glasses in the fall. I've got a couple of pictures in the peach luster. And then let's see, going here, my amber glasses all sort of round up here. I've got my amber stemware there. I have never used this set before. For you guys, those are sort of a tortoiseshell pattern. Mother found me those at a thrift store. I've got some brown votives in that gold box there. That is my mother of pearl flatware. I've got an amber cake stand up there that belonged to my grandmother. Okay, and here on this shelf, I've got my Grantham dishes. I have a large set of those. They're sort of in the earth tone colors. They're floral, but they're kind of earth tone. I've got a stack of plates that are amber, and then that's the rest of the set. I've got the teacups. This is another set of amber glasses. And then down here at the bottom shelf, I have another set of Royal Doulton, just the plates at the bottom. Then I've got some blue and white mixed in there, and there's some other blue and white. I've got my pheasant, I believe it's called Chinese pheasant. I have those there. I've got my blue willow there, and then there's a blue cake stand and some other saucers, and then a few more pieces that go to the Grantham set, and there's a candle snuffer. So, and then down here at the very bottom, I have still more dishes, several sets of glass, green, pink. I've got my restaurant butter dishes there, and this cabinet is very deep. You can't see the back, but there are some stacks of Old Country Roses extra in the back. And down here at the bottom, let's see, I've got a few serving pieces, some more glasses down at the bottom. And this is just one of my china cabinets. I have, like I said, 4 in the kitchen breakfast room area. I've got 4. And then throughout the house, I have other large bookcases that basically serve as china cabinets. I have several more. So the majority of my dishes are upstairs. The things that I use, like chargers, napkins, and sometime I'll do another video and show you guys more of how I store, like my tablecloths are in one closet. I've got a chest full of napkins. I have different things that I use to store everything. And you guys have also been asking to see how I pack up dishes, the ones that go upstairs. I'll try to do a video on that one of these days too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more of this type, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Jeffrey Kevin, hoping that you decorate happily ever after. Bye-bye now.